Worrying as much as she does is a massive problem. It's actually quite debilitating.
EILEEN and I, really interesting film from the UK. It's the first film I've ever seen where I'm seeing an interview with the same person, but they're playing two different characters in a documentary. Which they teased us in the beginning. They gave us that big twist in the minute in because I didn't see it. I don't know about you guys, but very interesting film about identity. I'm sure someone's got a media conversation about this film, media point about this film.
Well, a weekend or two ago, for whatever reason, I started watching on YouTube videos about dissociative identity disorder, and really fell down a bit of a rabbit hole there and found it deeply, deeply interesting. And so to see this film alongside my memories and sort of impressions of that YouTube 6-hour rabbit hole was so interesting. And the fact that she called herself, even when she was Sarah, she was still speaking about her in the third person. And so I guess as it went along, I was hoping that she would find a way to sort of integrate all those things that she is and would take herself out of the third person at some point. You know,
You can argue that the last shot of the film is not a happy ending, right? Like this, eventually she's got to take it all off, right, and be herself.
Yeah, I just, as a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, sometimes I do have conflicted feelings about how women are represented or their role in it, and how come women can't be drag queens, and sort of looking into that a little bit. I looked at it a lot, but it was nice to see some of those questions answered. It did raise up some other questions in my mind, like how common is this? But it was really nice to see that window into something that isn't seen so often.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's not a black and white film either, right? Like it's like as I said in the last shot of the film, like there is always an ending to that end.
I think maybe she was starting to sort of integrate both personalities, because when her husband said, I think it was her husband said how, you know, when she's in character, in the character of EILEEN, how it will sort of seep through her behavior as Sarah for the next few days. So maybe it's a slow but steady process. And the line that really stuck with me from that documentary was when she said, "People like weird, but a controlled weird." I thought that was really interesting, and for me, very true.
I was able to relate to this documentary because I feel like I have two different personalities as well, and it was interesting to see one was very relaxed and one was very worried as well. So I think I can relate to it from that angle.
It's very it's just interesting film. Like I said, it just tries to give her like a slice of who this person is or who they are, and like at the same time, it's like there's regret, but at the same time, she's got so much support. She's got such a great support system from the perspective of the documentary that they show us. She's got a husband who seems like he understands her and loves her, like unsupportively. Like she's got a friend. Like that's like half the battle right there. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of film.
Just want to say that I think that was such an intelligent, brilliant short documentary. I loved it, and yes, the idea that it portrayed, you know, maybe mental illness or maybe abuse as well. And to do that so intelligently and sensitively and artistically, I thought it was great on many levels. And just to watch, it was just an excellently produced film to watch.
The interesting thing about that film is that I'm comfortable walking down the street, but if I'm in drag, I'd be so uncomfortable walking down the street like that. Then it's the same with her. It's exactly the opposite. The way she was walking with confidence and then she just like there's of course so much attention is going to be someone walks down the street like on Carlton Street, you're going to pay attention to them walking down, but at the same time she it's the opposite for her. So it's so fascinating, this type of person, the way they filmed it, from even the nightclub scene where they kind of like it was like a fly in the wall. They were just kind of watching her from afar.
I can't remember the name of this movie that just went. It was pretty recent. It was the first drag queen, like the story of the first drag queen ever. It was a Danish movie, I believe. So anyway, it's interesting to compare how this guy was really tormented to go in the role of drag queen. As for her, we mentioned it, like how happy she is and she doesn't have any shame about it. Like it's very interesting to see that it's the opposite of like all the stories we hear about how people are tormented by their passion or the other side of them.
All that matters is what's in our hearts, what's in our heads, and we can represent ourselves in any way we choose to represent ourselves.
I really enjoyed the film as well. I think a few people made comments about this hope of her integrating herself and wanting to come to one, but I think that just the flip side to challenge that maybe there doesn't need to be that need to bring that integration. I think we are uncomfortable with that as a society, so I think her having her other personality and her other comfort and her other place, and maybe that is maybe going to end up the person she is more of the time, and that's okay too. I think this hope to kind of come back to this one self is sort of a society that's uncomfortable with what we call mental illness, and so having these both personalities for her is maybe her wellness and her goodness and health as well.
Just reflecting on what you were saying, and also you mentioned earlier, like the last shot really summed up the entire movie in a way, left you with almost kind of like hoping she was going to smile or something, like waiting for her to smile, like I had a great night and I'm so happy. It wasn't that, and so I think maybe even intelligently or purposefully, they left you kind of hanging with your own biases and your own feelings, like that you were thinking, oh, she's sad, and you were thinking, well, she's not really sad, she's just kind of like in her ambivalence, and that's okay. I think the last shot summed up the entire movie and left you dealing with yourself.